So after doing our top 10 of 2022, I thought it would also be fun to steal from Drum Dum's Lee McCoy and do a top 10 kills of the year. I think we did this last year. We definitely did best kills.
I think so.
And I think we just did it in our...
I think so. It was part of the...
Part of the best of year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just doing a separate video because we want all of that money from the 6 views that we're going to get. So, much like last time, this won't be numbered.
No numbering.
Numbering.
No numbering.
This will not have a numerical order, but you could say this is number 10 and we'll work our way to number 1 if you want, if that works well for you. So, all right. This will be covering television, movies, horror, and non-horror. But it's almost all horror.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely some good kills this year in non-horror, but nothing really stood out that I'm remembering. Mm-hmm. But with like John Wick's Chapter 4 coming out this year, I'm definitely hoping that will make next year's list. Or this year's list. I guess this is last year's list now.
This is last year's list.
All right.
Wow.
So, number 10 is coming to us from Stranger Things, if you want to call it number 10. And this is Chrissy, Wake Up. Chrissy, Die. Chrissy, Wake Up and Die.
Chrissy, Wake Up and Die.
Yeah, Chrissy's death was definitely very memorable.
Yes.
From this year, just because it was very unexpected for the show. I think it's a pretty graphic death in general.
It honestly is.
But like, for Stranger Things, and the fact that I was watching it with 2 9-year-olds, I was very shocked by the brutality of Chrissy's death. Just the bones all snapping, her eyes bursting. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn.
It's like
they're not
really
playing.
Gruesome imagery. Yeah. It's pretty scary, especially for Stranger Things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the best kill of the franchise thus far. And we get multiple of them, right? She's not the only one to die like that. We definitely get other deaths as well, but...
She's the first.
She's the first, and it sets the tone that Vecna ain't messing around. He's coming in.
He's coming for them bone cracks.
For sure. So, a fantastic season and an excellent kill. So, Stranger Things makes the list for best kills of the year. Next, we have a action thriller in the way of Violent Night. Now, this was a movie I had said I definitely wish I would have gotten more violence out of that Violent Night.
Yeah, it wasn't as violent of a night as we wanted it to be.
It wasn't, but I do think that on second viewing now with my expectations kind of reined in a bit, I might enjoy the violence a little bit more. It's just not on the level that I would have loved for it to have been. But, spoilers for the movie if you haven't seen it, but this is of no surprise. We'll just say the last kill of the movie, where Santa Claus pulls someone through a chimney with him as he evaporates into like his Santa dust and rips someone to shreds through it. That's definitely the best kill of the film, easily, very memorable. I was like, yes, we walked out of it and I was like, why couldn't every kill be like that?
Oh, absolutely.
If they were all on that level, then I would have been super stoked.
Yeah, especially with, you know, Santa Claus being Santa.
Sure.
Like,
superpowers.
Give me more of the magic kills for sure.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we can definitely make a franchise out of this, right?
Oh,
we can definitely do a Violent Night 2 and 3 and whatever and have Santa going to town on people. So, Santa Claus is coming to town to murder.
To murder.
Next up, we have another television series, and this is Chucky Season 2. I wrestled back and forth a little bit. The reason I picked this one over the other one is because the chainsaw kill that happens to Lexi's mom when Chucky, spoilers, Chucky takes the chainsaw and he jumps and he saws through her head in slow motion is rad.
Really rad.
But it does mirror another one that we're going to mention here. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, we already kind of have a rad chainsaw kill to the face.
Yeah.
And I like that one better. That could honestly be my favorite kill of the year. It's fucking insane. We'll talk about it later. But instead, I went with the ridiculously hilarious, the most talked about death of the show for sure.
Oh my god!
Is the 18 different angles of our priest exploding for no reason.
It's so ridiculous. It was so funny when it happened. We were laughing about it for so long after because it's such a long, so many angles, gratuitous length and everything, and it's wonderful. It was wonderful.
As I had mentioned when we did the review, it's very much like the Family Guy skit where Brian and Stewie are jumping out of the house as it explodes from 15 different angles to mock old action movies that used to do that, right? Because it cost a lot to blow something up.
Yeah.
And they would film it from 15 different angles to make sure they got the shot.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to fucking come after they blew up a building and then find out there was no, the camera wasn't on, or the film ran out, or, something went wrong with the film stock, right? So they'd film it with tons of different cameras, and then they would show you the explosion 6 different times. And for some reason, Don Mancini and company decided to blow this guy up at least 6 times.
I love
at
it
least.
so much.
We have to count it. We'd have to go back and count it. It's probably going to be 3, and we're going to be no way. That's not accurate. That's a
10,
Mandela effect.
100. It was 10 times.
If it's anything less than 6, it's a Mandela effect because it seriously felt like so many angles.
It was so many.
And it was so unexpected,
yes.
and my mouth was agape. It's definitely one of the most memorable kills of the entire year for me, for sure, because we talked about it and we still laugh about it. It was fucking hilarious.
It was amazing.
And really, 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 really fucking cool. All right, next up. This is a kill that coaxed us into watching a bad movie. So we saw a trailer for a movie called Mad Heidi.
Yeah.
And it sold itself like this grindhouse film. Mm-hmm. And in the trailer, they show a guy's head getting shot from behind and blowing up. Mm-hmm. And it actually reminded me of the opening of Tokyo Gore Police.
Oh.
When she's remembering her father who's saluting to her and then his head just blows up in front of her. It's very much reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
And just when it happened in the trailer, I was like, oh, wow, this is really graphic. Because the guy's holding this crossbow pistol with a freaking grenade on the front of it, like a explosive tip arrow or something that blows the guy. But his head flays out like an egg. In Alien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The
way it opens up.
Right?
So ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But it got us to watch an hour and a half movie and spend $10 to rent it. And that literally every single good thing about the movie is in the 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, the kill made
Kill is great.
List, so.
I mean, it convinced me to watch it, to spend $10 on a film and watch it because I thought the kill was so great.
Right.
I was like, oh, shit. Maybe the whole film's going to be like this.
We were hopeful. It's not.
It's not.
Just watch the trailer.
Yeah, just watch the trailer, exactly. Although, don't worry. I should be adding all the video clips over this. So that's the intention. If they're not there...
Watch it here. You've already seen it.
Yeah.
You just saw it.
If
not...
they're not there, I couldn't get a hold of them for whatever reason. All right. Next up, we've got a little sex and violence. This comes to us by the way of Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Now, this is a memorable kill for me because typically sex scenes in movies are, unless I'm seeing really awesome nudity on some super hot chick, I couldn't care less. Right? That's appealing. It's oh, there's a naked body. It's appealing. But sex scenes are typically just not appealing to me in movies. Because it's I either want to see porno, I want to actually see the sex. Mm-hmm. The sex in movies is usually just kind of okay, whatever, let's get over with it.
Sex.
But it's nice to sometimes when characters, they're finally together.
Oh, absolutely.
After you're waiting forever and you're fucking finally. But I don't need to watch a 10-minute sex scene with them because it's not really sex. It's just kind of like play sex.
Sure.
And it's like, either show me the shit or don't, right? But I will say, in this, there's a conolingus scene. There's a scene where a guy goes down on this chick. And I thought it was super hot. Like, I was really into it for some reason. I was really turned on during it. I was like, I don't know what is about this scene, but it is super hot to me. And while it's being juxtaposed against violence, murder, right? Sex and violence. They're back and forth. They keep going back and forth. And Santa Claus is coming and he's crushing this guy's head on the stairs while this dude's crushing head on this girl.
Is that a...
Crushing head. He's
phrase?
crushing at head.
Oh, crushing at head.
Yeah, crushing head.
Crushing head.
Yeah.
I
see, you got it.
That makes sense.
I never call that head, by the way, but it worked for the joke.
Yeah, it did work for the joke.
Anyways, but then right after the sex scene, as they're kind of, she puts her freaking panties back on and gets up, and they're kind of talking after it. The girl then gets the back of the axe through the eye as well. Mm-hmm. But that whole scene is just like them going to the bedroom, him going down on her getting up and being like, whoa, what was that? That was insane. And like Santa is murdering these two people over it the whole time. And
simultaneous.
I loved it. I loved it. It's definitely one of my favorite kill sequences of the year. Very sexy and very brutal.
I think that the whole movie has a really wonderful style to it, like really cool colors and lighting and everything, and this scene is definitely like the peak for the movie as far as that goes. I think it was really visually pretty.
Especially since she peaked.
She did peak.
Climaxed.
Right. I got that one.
You got that one.
I got that one.
All right. Next up is another sex scene that is... As I had said, this could be number one. This is an insane kill. Yeah. So B.J. McDonald, who directed Hatchet 3, which is a freaking violent, gory, graphic-ass film, was hired on to be the director of Studio 666, which also has Jenna Ortega in it because she's in every fucking thing this year. She's in every fucking thing this year. But there is a scene with Whitney Cummings, as she's Cummings.
I was waiting.
Okay, that one was too easy. I shouldn't even have went for it. But she's having sex, and while they're in the bed, a chainsaw comes up through her face. As you see it from the front, her face is ripped right through. It goes straight through the dude's face. It cuts all the way down their bodies, and then they both flay in half over each other. That honestly might be number one. That might be my favorite kill of the entire year. It's so fucking insane.
Oh my god.
It's so graphic, and it never cuts away. It never shies away for a second.
No.
You could put this at number one if you want, because it's that good.
Yeah, it was brutal, and it was wonderful. And I really actually liked this movie overall, too. Like,
I did, too.
I enjoyed it quite a bit, and would like to rewatch it at some point in the future. So, but yeah,
I bought it.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
This kill definitely deserves to be... If not the number one, then definitely like close to the top.
Top three for sure.
For sure.
Top three for sure. It's just it's a kill I did not hear talked about at all this year, and it's a shame because it's insanely graphic.
Yeah, it is.
Insanely wild. I should have put it higher. I did put it higher because I said there's no freaking order to this.
No numbering.
No numbering. But a lot of sex jokes tonight.
A lot.
But awesome. I am a big fan of this movie. It was a total shame that Taylor Hawkins had to die right after this movie came out. But, so that was a huge bummer. But this was an overlooked one for the year. This was a super fun movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I bought it right when it came out on Blu-ray. It was only like $10, and I was like, done. Easy. Because I thought the kills were super rad. I thought some of the jokes were really fun. I really liked Dave Grohl in this. I really like Taylor Hawkins in this. I liked everybody. I had a good time with this film.
I did too.
But anyways, we're not here to review the film. We already did that. So if you want to watch that, you can. Okay, next up, one of the two controversial films we'll be talking about here. Whether you like the movie or not, these kills are still rad. This is Halloween Ends.
Yay!
Kaylee's favorite film of the year. top 3 for me. We both love it, so, you know, it is what it is. But there is a lot to go from here. Now, this isn't an insanely over graphic film. Like, Halloween Kills has the majority of the kills in this new trilogy. But my personal favorite from Halloween Ends is the DJ kill.
Yes.
The smashing of the face, his jaw's completely broken and freaking apart, and then to add insult to injury, he takes like a pair of scissors and cuts his tongue off. Because the guy came out and he was talking shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's perfect, the cutting the tongue off. And
he's a DJ.
And he's a
DJ,
right? And then his tongue is on the record as
as
playing,
it skips.
And it skips.
And then you can, in Allison's car, she's listening to the radio, skipping. You can hear the skipping.
Yeah, I love that.
I love it
so
too.
much.
I love it.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, this isn't a super graphic film, but that kill is wonderful. And then I know we also both loved the junkyard scene, of course.
Sure.
Which
the head
is when
crush
we
under
get,
the fence.
Yes.
And the blowtorch to the face.
Yeah,
now, if we
rad.
could have saw the blowtorch to the face,
that would have
been nice. We really mostly see it through the girl's eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, DJ kill for sure.
Yeah.
Is the best of the film for sure, and one of my favorite kills of the year. Next up is probably definitely one of the most shocking because I was not expecting it from this film at all, and as insanely graphic as it is, and all the kills in this movie are. This is the car head crush scene from not X.
No.
Because I was looking at X and I was like, oh yeah, Pearl's death at the end of X, she gets her head crushed by a car. But we only kind of see it in the typical way where we see it from the back and she's over here. Oh, no.
Not
Sissy takes it
Sissy.
way further. We see her fucking head
Just
laying on the ground. Eyes, face, everything is looking right at you as the car comes over it. And the whole head starts to slowly explode as the pressure pushes it.
It's so
insane.
Wild. So crazy. And it just does not cut away at all. You see everything.
Yes.
You see all of it. And
yes. Another one that could easily be number 1.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. All of the kills in Sissy were unexpectedly, like, gruesome and violent and wonderful.
Yes.
So Sissy made our list of one of the top films of the year for us last year.
Absolutely.
So you definitely should watch it if you have not.
Yes.
For this kill and for all the others and for the wonderful story and acting and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So insanely awesome kill. Now the next film, this was a tough one because there are so many great kills in this film that it's like almost like every kill you can go off of. But, if we have to pick one kill from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, if I have to pick one specific kill, then that would be the, like, redneck dude getting his leg broken backwards. Then he freaking gets stabbed in the neck, falls to the ground, and then his head is just bashed in to
hardcore.
Flat pancake. It's gnarly.
It really is.
So you've got that. You've got the paramedic kill where he breaks his arm and then stabs him with it, which is really cool. But I'm going to cheat here, and I'm just going to say the entirety of the bus massacre.
Yeah.
There are so many wild kills in that. Picks a dude up, puts him through the roof, chainsaws him. This chick tries to climb out the freaking window, cuts her in half as she falls out. Like, 2 people up the center, cuts them in half. Then the dude gets, try anything, bro, and you're canceled. And he's just, like, that whole scene rules so hard. It's my favorite kill frenzy of 2022.
Yeah, it's a wonderful scene, especially for the whole, like, the cancel culture, thing that we were talking about in our review and whatnot that we loved.
Yeah.
But the other kills, I actually forgot about the arm, the forearm through the head. That one was really good. Like, really, really good.
And hey, this is the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre to actually feature a full-on massacre.
Yeah. Yay.
So good for them for doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It completely lives up to the title. You get it all in one scene, and it rules. But as I said, if it has to be one specific guy, then it is the redneck dude who's like
His
turns
leg,
out to be a good guy. But that
the
bent
way
backward,
that, oh my god,
and he still tries to fight, man. He's a badass, but it doesn't go well for him.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That the way his leg just crumples back is, and then his head too, of course. But
yeah, meat tenderizer. And then of course, last but not least, here we've got the alley bedroom massacre from Terrifier 2. This is definitely the most gratuitous of the list. She first gets like her eyeball slit right down the freaking center, just right here through her eyeball. The eyeball slits. You know, he freaking scalps her. He cuts up her back, pours salt into it.
Oh my god,
skins
the
her.
salt. And doesn't he pour like bleach or something on her too, right?
Yeah.
After he skinned her back.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It would hurt. I just like that. There's no way that you would remain conscious during all of that.
I don't know. People were very adamant on like you need to watch like Mexican cartel videos to show you how much people can take, and it's like
that's wild.
I'll pass.
I'll pass on that too. But I feel like you would pass out from the pain.
Sure, but you can bring them back. Ugh. You know, you can wake them up.
Her death is definitely the most gratuitous.
But then when the mom walks in and she's still alive and she's like, Mom.
Yes, that is so fucked.
Yeah.
So fucked. But still, like that whole sequence is really brutal.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one up, right? It's his answer to the chainsaw death.
Yeah.
And Terrifier 3 will have to do the one up of the alley death.
Yeah.
So what character will he hate on more next?
We'll see.
Who in his life was named Allie that he hates?
Oh my god.
Because this chick got just absolutely brutalized.
Yeah.
But there you go.
There they are.
Top 10 kills of 2022. A lot of deaths on here. I think with the bus massacre and like a couple double kills in here. We kind of fudged it, and we mentioned a couple other kills from the other movies. So we probably talked about 25 kills in here.
Yeah.
But these are the most memorable ones. Kind of off the top of my head, I sat and made this list for maybe about a half an hour or an hour, and I was just like, what are the ones that I really, really remember sticking out? Mm-hmm. So I'll be curious to see in the comments below, because I almost put the kill from Smile on here where the girl slits her own throat. Stuff like that, because it's very memorable. It's a great moment for the film, but there's nothing overtly graphic about it or anything. But it is a very memorable kill. It sets the tone for the film and whatever. It's a great opening. I do like it. It would probably be like 11th. But there was other ones. That I was looking at that I was like, yeah, that's okay. That's a good one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, that one could-ish. But I don't know. These 10 just stood out the most to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As like very memorable. As something we really talked about. Yeah, after that like
impacted us. We were talking, like not even just right when we were finished, but then after as well.
Sure. Yeah. We bring them up. Occasionally here and there. So, what did we miss? What do you guys think? You can mention kills from anything. If you saw a kill in your personal life, if
in your personal life, no, don't tell us.
No,
tell the police.
Yeah, tell the police. TV, movies.
The stoning from Speak No Evil.
Oh God.
Say that.
Oh my God! That's when I died. That's when my
that's
soul
when
died.
we died.
That was the
most memorable our kill.
Yeah. So that's that. Yeah. Let us know.
Okay, let us know. Bye.